Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is episode 22 of Let's Get Cooking series. In the last episode we successfully managed to stack our shelves, buy goods and stock our shelves. There were a couple of small issues, or it was a small issue, and there's also something we didn't test in the last episode, so we're going to go ahead and just test those now. And I'll explain what the small issue is, which will take moments to fix. And then we're going to go on to removing and replacing items on the storage units. And when we have a bulk pack, like a loaf of bread, removing items from that loaf of bread. So without further ado, let's get going. So let's start with first of all, the little issue that I found. Okay. If you look at our top of our screen, we've got 1,000 credits. We go shopping. Go shopping, and we're going to say we're going to add max of everything. Why not? Add it all to our cart. We can't do butter because butter's not available on a normal shelf unit. You see our cart total 71.40. We check out. We buy. Our balance here goes down to 928.60, but the balance up here remains the same. So that's the little. It's not a bug. We just didn't add the code to change it. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, the close button doesn't work here either. So we're going to go ahead and solve that little issue. And then we're going to go and do a little bit more testing. And then we're going to go and do the removal of items. So let's get going on that. So in our shop main, first of all, just to remind ourselves, I'm going to make sure with the close button, we're going to click that so that we've got it here ready. What we want to do is you want to find your stock shelves button. Right to the end here, we've updated the balance text on the shelf, but we didn't do it on our heads up display. Very easy, we've already got all the stuff in place for that. So we get our HUD and we just say update balance message, like so. And we attach our card. Oh, no, don't. We attach our balance to that. Because we've already refreshed our balance here, so we know it's correct. That deals with that problem. I did end the last video in a little bit of a rush because it was going on too long, so I literally forgot to do that. The next one, we are going to make a couple of changes to make it work nicer. And that is on the close button. And you don't have to do the close button if you don't want to, but I just did it that way because some people like it. So what we need to do is we need to go to our interfaces, blueprints, interfaces, our BPI player here. And we're going to add a new interface call. I'm just going to say Toggle Shop UI. Okay. Shop UI. No inputs, no outputs. That's all we need. Very simple. Then we're going to open up our player. And we're going to implement the Toggle Shop. So we look in our interfaces, in our player. Why do we not see Toggle Shop? Because It's early in the morning here. I do apologise for coding it. Actually, add it. I just wrote the name there. Add function. Toggle shop. Make sure it's in player. My goodness me. Okay, now we should find it. Here it is. So we're going to toggle our shop. And we're going to make a custom event. So we're going to find out where we did our shop toggling, which is up here. Like so. And drag that out. We're going to make a custom event. We're going to call it toggle shop. Like so. From here, we're going to call toggle shop. I know it seems a bit strange, but you'll understand the reason in just a moment. Here we're calling it within the same actor, so it's no problem. But if we need to call this outside another actor, then we can do it. You could go ahead and do all of this, or a lot of this, and then you're going to have to set this reference to null in the player. So you're going to need to reference the player somehow. So it's easier to do it through an interface. If we go back to the interface there, if we can't find it, just find it there. And we're just going to run the toggle shop here also. I've got a bit of a problem with my T key. It's sticking today. Okay, toggle shop here. And then back in our main here, on that close button, if I find it, it is here. You get player character. And we toggle shop. Toggle recipe, toggle shop. Okay. And now you'll find that these two things will work fine. So let's just first of all test that. If I close that, it closes it and puts it back into motion. The other thing that we didn't test, although I did test it off camera to be honest, so I know it works, is if you put two things really. If you put too many things in the cart, say you haven't got enough money, okay, I'm going to cut down on bread. I've got 8, I'm going to put 4 in, we go add to cart. If we look here, it changes it to 4 and it reduces our price. Okay, and that will do it on whatever item. Just by changing the amount here on the cart, it changes the cart here. And the other thing is, if you've really overspent and you want to remove something, if you simply click on it, it removes it. Okay, so we can remove all the items on the cart, it's back to 0. And now, if you click on checkout, we're not checking at the moment whether the list is empty. Maybe we should, so that we don't get a confirmed buy. But if we go to buy, nothing happens anyway, I don't think. So it makes no difference, our money is not changed. So a little bit of a bug, we can quite easily do that. We just go to our checkout button, scroll down, find the on-click. Now checkout button is saying, first of all, it's checking whether we've got enough money. So let's do one check before that. We could quite simply, thinking on my feet here, we could quite easily cart entries list. I'm not sure whether you can go to a list box. Is give me a moment. Okay, we can probably use get number of items. Okay, so this is greater than 0. To advance. I'm not sure whether this will work, so this is news to me as well as it is to you. So it's going to 0. It should work if it clears the list properly. If it's false, what we could do is very quickly go to our UI and our shop. We're going to get the not enough funds one. We're going to duplicate that. I'm going to call it WDT no items in cart. So look at all my key either sticks or it doesn't work. Excuse me. Okay, so no items in cart. Why has it got that? I have no idea, but I'm sure it's not going to be. So all we need to do on here is just change this text setting. Cart is empty. There you go. Let's do something like that. The cancel button will be the same because all that does is removes it from the parent, so it doesn't do anything dramatic. So back to our main. We're going to copy one of these, no matter which one, and there. Control C, V, move it to here, and we're going to use cart, no items in cart. We're going to do that. And so now we could just quickly test that. Oh, what have I not done? Oh, return value. Oh, that in. Okay. And make sure you put your references in. Those things do tend to not work. Okay. Just a little side note, people panic when they hit that compile button and they get a load of errors here and red here. Don't panic, just read them carefully. 9 times out of 10 it's because you've forgotten something like this. There's nothing drastically wrong with all your code. You haven't got to go and rewrite a load of codes, just you've maybe forgotten to connect something and just work it out. Very rarely is it a big problem. In fact, they're your friends because you know if you solve those errors, then yeah, you're going to compile, so 9 times out of 10 it's going to do something. Whether it does exactly what you want, it may be slightly different. So let's now, also there's another thing here that we're going to deal with. So let's now just test this cart. I'm just going to click on cart, click on checkout. It still says confirm buy. So we do have a problem there. So this is how I would solve this problem. I would add a breakpoint, run it again, click on checkout with breakpoints. So we are calling that code, getting our list entry. At the moment it's saying 0, then 0. Oh, I put greater than equals, you see, made a mistake. That's where our problem is. So it's greater than only, not greater than equals. You've probably been shouting at the screen going, idiot, you put the wrong one. Yep. Okay, so let's try that. We can remove the breakpoint because I'm pretty confident that is what the error was. Checkout, cart is empty. Okay, so cancel. Let's add something to the cart. Add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Let's check out. It goes to confirm buy. We can cancel that. Let's remove it to see whether the cart does actually clear. Cart is empty. There you go. Nice fix for that one. So that's that done. And one more thing that is a little bit annoying. If we play it, I'll show you. Certain things where we haven't got a comment, we still get this in it, yeah? Instead of our comment, we get this. Now, there's two ways we can deal with that. We can tell this not to be hit testable, but we want it to be hit testable in certain aspects because we need it to do things. So, especially for this video. So what we're going to do on that is quite simply, we're going to go into our DA base. Yes, I believe that's how I did it before. Let's have a quick look. I'm going to go into a DA base. This is a little bit of a wing it part of the video because these are things I'm noticing as I am making this video. So it shows you how we can do things. So I'm going to add a new variable. I'm going to say can display message, and we're going to compile that because most of the time we're going to want to, so we're going to set its default as true. So everything that uses an interface will have that, so 9 times out of 10 it'll be true. Then we go into our particular storage item, so we can change it per item. So in this case we will go into our storage, a DA shelf, can display items. We're going to say no because we've got nothing in here. Now where would be the best point to call that? Got a feeling it might be on the share itself. In our tracer. Okay, so we're going to need a little addition, probably. I think it's the easiest way to do it because we don't know what we're going to be hitting, so we are going to need to add something to our interface. Let's go to our blueprint, our interface. One that everything uses is our interact. We're going to add another function, and we're going to call it display interact message. I think it's good enough. Let's make sure we put it in our interact heading. We're going to want an output of a boolean for that. We can call it display message. And we can do that, I think, in the BPI base. So BPP base, I think, is probably the best place to put that. Blueprint parents, BPP base. We're going to find interact, display interact message. We're going to get our data asset and say get display interact message, and we're going to quite simply do that. That should be global. Go to our chef, go to our tracer, right at the end here where we are adding this display message here, and give ourselves a little bit of room. So, and we're going to say we could drag our hit actor in again, save too many strings. We can set the dot color active. We can leave that active because we may, we may still want to interact with it, but we necessarily want a message all the time. So we're going to come here and we're going to say display interact message. like so. Do a root node on that. Get a little neater. And we're going to go branch. If it's true, we're going to go to there. And if it's false, we're going to come off of here and we're going to say remove message from HUD, like so. These are all ones we've already had. And I think that should possibly do it. Let's have a look. So I'll play it now and we look at the shelf now. Oh, we still get our green dot. We don't get any annoying leftover bits of message, okay? And the other thing I want to add as well, because I noticed when we were doing our delivery and the delivery bag was disappeared, if you happen to be over there, you'd still see the message about delivery bag, because even though it's hidden in the game, it's still hit testable. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from our hit actor here, right back here, but where we've got the interact, we're going to say actor hidden. Get actor hidden in game. We're going to do a not because we want it to be a true value. If it's hidden in the game, it's going to be true. If it's not hidden in the game, it's going to be false. When you set it, so we want it to be, if it's not hidden in game, so negative needs to turn to a positive. We're going to do an and here, not an and boolean of these two values. Just move back this a little bit. So it's probably very small for you on the screen, but I just need to get myself a little bit of space. Okay, and we're going to replace that with that, and that will stop that. Not sure whether I can quickly test that for you. Yeah, we've got a couple million coffees. So let's go ahead and select the order. 12 ounce cup of coffee. 12 ounces, a smaller one. Press white coffee. Move the cart. Let's take it over here because we know we've got to do it. We're still getting our messages on everything. Look. Left click to put the lid on. Left click that. Add the food to the container. Drop it down. Close the delivery bag to send. Going to wait for a moment. Now you can see we're getting no messages from that delivery bag, which is absolutely fine. So there are those couple of little bugs sorted. And we've already gone 20 minutes. But I did say we were going to look at how to interact with shelves and things. But what I've decided to do now is, because we've just fixed those couple of extra bugs taking a bit longer than what I wanted, I'm going to immediately do another video here, and we will do it in the next one. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I hope you like what I do. If you do like what I do, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. If you really like what I do, buy me a coffee, join my Patreon. If you need any assistance, join my Discord. Always ask a question. I'm always happy to help. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.